Welcome to the March Monthly Man Update. I am very blessed to be joined by Carlos Foggen, the composer and conductor of the Litany of St. Joseph in song, which we performed this past Monday. And being the Feast of St. Joseph, I thought I'd pour him a little drink in thank you. So, Carlos, this is my Ardbeg Black Collector Committee release, 20th anniversary. I opened this after Bishop Scott said Mass at St. Joseph's Oratory on the Feast of St. Joseph in the year of St. Joseph. So this doesn't come out very often, but
no,
I think this Feast of St. Joseph is a good time to...
And a committee release nonetheless. Hard to get. They don't just give that one away. And only, maybe 12 bottles, 20 bottles came to Canada?
I don't know how many, but I know I got one.
I got a fermutation a few years back, and it was one of 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying I shouldn't be pouring this?
No, I'm saying pour away.
Yeah.
You stingy, only a finger.
Yeah. I want it to last.
Yeah.
A few more Feast of St. Joseph. As my dad always said, you pour the nice dram and then you go back to the other stuff after.
Well, that's the wedding at Cana, right? You're bringing the good stuff out last? What?
Yeah. So, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
It's been an incredible month, men. I started by speaking at the Edmonton Men's Conference on March 1st. You can see that talk on heroicmen.org. Then I went with Brett Powell down to Lethbridge, encouraged the men down there, and invited them up to our conference this past weekend, where it was incredible speakers and Spalumbo sausages as always, but the number of men that were eager to avail themselves of the sacrament of reconciliation and confession, which then led to Monday, where you had 2 rehearsals on the Saturday and Sunday. And
did you get a good sleep on Tuesday? Too short. We had to be up too early and take percussion back.
Well, that was on Tuesday, so there was no sleeping in on Tuesday, but I did kind of hit the wall last night. About 8:30, I'm going, I went to bed I was in bed by 9:30.
Well, I was at the university in a class, and I was like, all right, kids, teach yourselves.
So, it's been an incredible week, and then,
the week's about to get better.
And here we are on the Feast of St. Joseph. That's why we're feeling okay having a whiskey during Lent, because we just...
can't go wrong with the patronal feast of your country.
And the way we honored him on Monday was incredible. The feedback that I got, I couldn't believe how many people were in tears. Like, it was very moving. Richard Boulieu on our board, he was so emotional at the end. He compared it to doing 5 Easter vigils at once. So I think you succeeded, is what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying I need to add a bonfire to my next composition?
I don't know. Like, and that's where it's hard for me to fathom where you're saying, I think I could make a couple more tweaks here and there. I would have hated giving you any more time as to what we would have ended up with.
Oh, no, you'd end up with a full-blown opera.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that be fun? Now, I have seen Bach, J.S. Bach. He wrote the Passions.
Yeah.
He set the Passions to music. And the Berlin Philharmonic has done some versions of it where they're staged. And essentially the crowd and everything moves across the stage with it's the singers and everything. It's turned into a dramatic production, but through the orchestra. So the orchestra is on stage and the singers move through it. And it's quite a moving presentation. So, you can always go bigger. you can always go smaller.
And that's where you made a comment yesterday when we were returning the van that carried the percussions that we had to load and unload after the concert and in the morning. But you made a comment that said anybody can do a premiere, but it's whether somebody wants to do it again.
It's the second time that's important. Yeah.
And the feedback was everybody wanted. They're in the lobby after saying we got to do this again next year. Like it was I have high expectation that it will be performed again because of the feedback. Well, and one of the guys suggested that we set up the performance at the Vatican. So when I present the
All right, we'll get practicing.
yeah, when I present to the apostolic nuncio, papal nuncio, your autograph score tonight, I may say that we'd be open to that, and so many people are asking about the recording, like you having a blank slate and creating this extremely beautiful piece. We want to do the same thing for Andrew from Beck Labs, is just not say slap it together. We want him to
do it right.
So we're looking at some tight timelines to get it, because there's such an excitement and demand, and we know you want to hear it. I can't tell you how many requests I've had, but we're going to have a meeting early next week and see how best to share this with everyone, and future concerts. I'd like to see it at St. Joseph's Oratory, and where God leads us next. But please be patient. As Carlos said, we want to do it right. There was some talk that we might have an Easter present for you. So
well, that gives us that's I think a good responsible timeline. I think we can make things happen in that timeline.
Yeah. So
because I've only got 3 or 4 bits that I'm like, oh, I would just like to talk to the audio engineer a little before we send that out.
Yeah.
Yep. And out of 35 minutes, 4 things to fix.
Which
I'll take that.
Nobody noticed. Actually, it was funny. Peter did.
Yeah.
My son Peter. Yeah. He noticed the organ that one time.
Yep.
And
that's the terror of the demon right there. Every instrumentalist has owned their instrument, has hand chosen their instrument. The trombone players go through 20 trombones before they find the one they love. The violin players keep moving up to, so no one is playing on a foreign instrument.
Yeah. Except
the organist, who is given virtually no rehearsal time, and said, "Now tackle this beast." And as an organist myself, that is the nature of our business. It is not how to play it. It's everything's in a different spot. Everything is crazy. How does it balance? It doesn't sound like the one you're used to. It's terrifying every time you play a new instrument. So
please keep us in your prayers. Support God Squad, because this was not a cheap undertaking by any stretch of the imagination. Please consider being a monthly giver to God Squad. Like, you can start at $5 a month. That's a cup of coffee at Tim Hortons. But it helps us solidify our funding and continue to do the work we're doing. We've got men's conferences coming up in Kelowna, April 4th and 5th, that we're putting on. We're helping Winnipeg have their first men's conference, May 9th and 10th, I believe. I got to double check the dates. And we're wanting to do other projects and maybe even another music project by the end of the year. So nothing as elaborate as this, but but Carlos, I can't thank you enough. I am so happy with the delivered results of what we got on Monday. And everybody I talked to, they said the people that missed this are going to know that they missed it, because everybody's talking about it.
Well, my mother always said, under promise and over deliver. So from a contract of 8 to a final product of 34, I hope I delivered at least what you were hoping for.
Yes. So God bless you all. We're praying for you. Keep praying for us, and look forward to talking to you again in the near future. And we're going to sit and drink this off camera.